corruption in the army, starting with the failure to pay the vigilantes. Then some of the vigilantes went back to cattle rustling, and then they were inefficiently handled. But when we came, I came here, we met in Barlegi, we found out the problems, and of course the army had the capacity to defeat these people, and we defeated them. But we were helped also by the population to give accurate information. So there's no way cattle rustling can come back. That time we had taken away 5 divisions, the one based in Achoripi, dealing with that side, for training. So these people foolishly thought that they could use that gap to resume cattle rustling, but they learned a lesson, and anybody who tries will be defeated.
Presence at the later sub-counties across Karamoja, when in these sub-counties they do not have completely police officers, yet there is a standing directive that every sub-county has at least to have about 16 police officers. So this has also led to 18, sorry, I beg your pardon, lack of community policing. So what plans as candidate Museveni do you have to have this effectively done in the sub-region so that we have sustainable peace or peace forever?
Well, I thank you for the information. I was not aware that there are no 18 policemen per sub-county. They would have to be there, because that is the good plan. It's not really difficult to deal with these criminals, especially now that we have got a good network of telephones. This good network of telephones is very good in anti-crime. I've been telling people to have security centered around the sub-county, where everybody in the sub-county knows the telephone number of the police station. And if anything happens, you ring. You inform them something has happened here. And those people should be having means of movement, some picky-pickies or some pickup to come quickly to the site. And then somewhere else we should have like police dogs. Even if the criminal has already left, the police dog can follow. Then at some other level, we have surveillance equipment like UAVs or aircrafts, which can fly by day or by night and see what's happening. And then capacity to strike. So there's no way criminals can. It is because some of our people, we call it okunyata in Nyankole. When you eat food without sauce, they kunyata, these troublemakers, they use only one element instead of combining. If you combine, there's no way the criminals can survive. For instance, when they were making trouble like four years ago, when they had resumed, when I met the commanders at Barlegi with the Karamojongo leaders, some of the commanders would say, oh, these rustlers are no longer staying in the homes. They are staying in the bush. But that's even easier. If they're in the bush, then they're easier to locate. Because if they use telephone, you can locate it. You can detect that somebody is ringing somewhere. And that telephone becomes a death trap for him. And even if he doesn't communicate, if he stays there, our aircraft, our air surveillance can see at night, even at night. Technology is so advanced now. So really there's no way the criminals will become a problem again.
Okay, thank you very much, Candidate Museveni. Another issue that surrounds the community in Karamoja is about our parish development model. Now, most of the people along the Uganda-Kenya border have a poor network, and this concern has been there for quite long. There's no network for them to do business. I don't know how you plan.
Network of?
For telecom providers.
Oh, I was not aware. I would have to take it up with them.
Yeah, because people can't access accounts, can't do anything. So this is hindering the issues of PDM along the the Uganda-Kenya border residents.
Oh, okay. I will take it up. I was not aware.
Otherwise,
my staff noted.
And then
the network of telephones on the border is not so good.
And then we have an issue about the community where the community says most projects by government are imposed on them. They don't provide a feedback, so they are not sensitized first before any project is brought within the region. So this one has also led to the hindrance or the development of projects within Karamoja. Now, for example, I want to look at Nakonyani Dam, where the dam was supposed to be built, to be constructed, was about 3 kilometers from where it is right now.
Why?
And this issue has the issue is when siting was done, it was not very clear, and people lacked sensitization, because the elders are saying they wanted the dam 3 kilometers away from where it is today, where they have put it. So
it is called what?
Nakonyani Dam.
Nakonyani.
That area of Musei Aramtori.
Adam who?
Aramtori, that area.
Aramtori, the Tepeth.
Yes.
The Tepeth.
The Pokot.
The Pokot. Aramtori is still alive?
Right now he's okay. Of recent, he has been very sick, admitted in some health center in the bush there. But I don't know how he is right now. But he was in coma for some 2 days. So what can we do so that communities are sensitized other than imposing projects on them?
That is a process. You see, the NRA is a people's army. And when we fought and defeated the dictatorships, we gave power to the people to elect their leaders. So these leaders, these people elect those leaders. But the leaders who are elected are not always ideologically. We have the political schools, Chankwanzi, we talk, but many of them don't bother to understand the socio-economic transformation. They just, leaders, they look at leadership, at politics as a career, as a job. So they come, they don't have the orientation, they don't bother, the material is there. Our programs, my speeches, the methods of work, they are all there, but they don't bother. But with time, the people will realize that these are wrong people, and they will start electing people who care about them. Because that one is careless. They don't care. Banyankole will say, I don't care what happened to them. Hawajali.
And then
mahitaji ya watu. So this PDM, that's why I changed from Operation Wealth Creation to PDM. Because Operation Wealth Creation, I started hearing people saying bega beraboka in the Uganda language, meaning that those soldiers whom we had trusted so much were giving materials to themselves or to their relatives. That's why we changed. We say, you give them the money and they do their own things. And you can see PDM is somehow moving much better. Because people buy even what I don't know, sekoko. I found a woman in Bugwe, Budaka there, those Budakas, the Bagwere. She had bought sekoko. How would I know sekoko? Me, I don't. I could not understand. I would never have thought about it. Then our friend Lokong from Nakapiripirit, when he got the 1 million, he planted something called grams. I've never heard of grams in my life. Even now I don't know what it is. But for them they knew. And Apio leader, she bought sheep. So sheep, I asked her, what is the market, where is the market for sheep? For her, she knew that people from South Sudan buy sheep. I didn't know. So the PDM, because we gave them put it in their hands, is moving much better. But it came from the other experience of NADS, because we spent a lot of money on NADS, spent money on Operation Wealth Creation, but I started hearing that Begabera Boka. That alerted me. So as we go along, we shall improve. As long as the aims are clear. The aims are, as I kept saying, yes, there is Ekivir, peace. There is development, Aktopor. Now I'm saying Abaru, where is. They will get it. Because I'm sure, I don't know what you pick. Because when I'm speaking, I can see the people how they are reacting. You can see they are as if they are hearing what you are saying for the first time. Some awakening. You can see it in their eyes. And then now this evening I was talking about jobs. I teach. So it's a matter of time, but they will know what to do.
Thank you. And then possibly we can now look at look at on the political side. I just wanted to understand candidate Museveni. You seem to have a lot of following in Karamoja. What are the issues behind this following? Because
it's not only
you are scaring everybody.
It's not in Karamoja.
Yes.
Only, it is in the whole country. You see, the You must be careful about baganda kuleta obunanfuusi, hypocrisy, and opportunism. The big support of NRM which is coming up is because of our work for the last 65 years. Because me, I had been active for the last 65 years. From 1960, I was already, I was in Standard 8. It was called Junior Secondary 2. But I was already very active with as a youth. And initially, I was a member of DP. And DP, that time, took a good stand and told, especially our people in Mengo, that you people, the federal, this federal meaning tribalism. Federal means tribalism. Federal you're talking about is dangerous for a young country like Uganda. Why don't we have unity? I don't know how one can put it to Mutesa. Oh, but the Mengo people said, Chwan Kalidemo Sabasa Yorokwe. Oh. Then Kabaka Yeka made Umkago, brother, coalition with the UPC. Because Obote said, whatever you want, I will give you. Instead of being frank, saying, this one I can't do, or this one is difficult, or this one is wrong. Now, this was 1961. By 64, Obote discovered that what he was promising Mutesa cannot be done. Because it was so ridiculous. Buganda to have its own high court. Buganda had its own police force. There was a Uganda police force. Buganda police. Imagine. So now clash. Because if Obote had stood with Chiwanuka together, if they all had said, let's have a united Uganda, Mengo would not have money, would not have resisted. Or but because UPC misled Mengo, that's how we ended up with the disaster. But in the meantime, the politics of all that time was sectarian. DP was mainly for the Catholics, UPC for the Protestants, and some Muslims, Kabaka Yeka for Uganda. So all those are mistakes. Now, we, by 1965, that's when we said, these people are dangerous to danger. So with the youth who were in DP, like myself, and the youth who were in UPC, like the Rugundas, these Rugundas, Kategayas were in UPC. Some in Juba, Gertrude in Juba, those were in Kabaka Yeka. So we now started forming really what became NRM from 1965. And it was, the NRM was, we don't care about your religion, we don't care about your tribe, we don't care whether you are a woman or a man, what we care is your own actions. We are like Jesus. We shall know them by their fruits. We shall know them by their actions. So, in the fight between Mutesa and Obote in 1966, really the fault was, you can blame Mutesa, but I think the original mistake was Obote's, to mislead. And then, of course, failed to implement the ridiculous things which Mengo wanted. And then the violence, the force which was used was too much, unnecessary. And some jogo, some tribal jogo, the way they were, the soldiers were behaving. Jogo is arrogance or something. Then now, 1971. So, but we started wanting to help Obote. So, okay, Obote, you have done this. Let's help you. Even me, I joined Obote's office, 1970, to help him. But they were not listening. Then Amin comes now. Because of what we had told Obote, these ones will lead to. For instance, wanted to join the army. We didn't believe that army should be manned by ignorant people. We believed that army should be manned by highly motivated people and informed people, and we were ready. But they didn't want us to join the army because they wanted a sectarian army of illiterate people. If we had been in the army, we would never have made a coup. How could Amin make a coup? Who don't know? Eh? But we were kept up, we were rejected. And so when Amin came, we said now, Amin, because we had aims. As we tell you now, our principles: patriotism, love Uganda. Don't look at Uganda with sectarian eyes. But also love Africa, Pan-Africanism, because you need it. You need Africa as a market for our products. Hmm? So when Amin came in, and we were pushing Obote to see how to implement those things, we were saying, okay, Obote, you made your mistakes with Mutesa, with this one, now you are there, so let's support you. Let's move properly now, including East Africa, forming the East African Federation. Now Amin comes in. Amin, he was with us. We used to meet there in the offices. When he was coming to see Obote, he would pass, greet us. Now he says, I want to be president. President, but you didn't consult us. We have got a big program. I'm sorry. But this is our country. We have got big plans for this country. We want to move forward. So we had now to oppose Amin. Meanwhile, Amin started massacring Achoris and Langis. When we were opposing Amin, we didn't even know that he would kill people. We were just opposing him because we could see that again, we would waste our time. We would not understand what we were aiming at. Unite Uganda, unite Africa. You would not understand it. And that's why I was the first man in Uganda to oppose Amin with my group. No, I was not alone. Amin announced his coup at around 3. in the afternoon, on the 25th of January. We met at 5 in Bugorobi, at Kanyomu's house, and would say to fight me. And the following day, 26th, I went to the bank, got money. 26th, we left to fight me. Originally, the aim was really direction. We could see that yes, Obote had some issues, but we were trying to see whether we could move him. But we could see that Obote would not understand. He was a time waster. But now he added other crimes of killing people. And we fought him and defeated him. Now, when we defeated Amin, but it's a long story, but I'm trying to make it. When we defeated Amin, the UPC wanted now to revenge against the people of West Nile. Why are you revenging against the people? Amin is just an individual. The mistakes Amin was making, I don't think he even consulted his mother. Why would you blame Western Islanders for the mistakes of an individual? Oh, Western Islanders killed us, we must kill them also. So we are now to oppose UPC and defend the Western Islanders. And then, of course, so what you are seeing now is the result of, now people have realized that, now there's a boy called Odongoto in Acholi there. He owes me a cow. You have to pay me a cow. Otherwise I will take him to court. Because he insulted me. He thought he was praising me. But actually it was an insult. When I was there, he said, "You, Mr. Museveni, thank you very much for chasing the Bararo from Acholi. Chasing your tribe from Acholi." Imagine. So I said, "Odongoto, did you imagine?" We see, because implied in it was that a man should not go against his tribe, even when they are wrong. So I said, "You Odongoto, you think I'm such a low character that I can fail to defend right because my relatives are involved? I don't care about those relatives. If they are wrong, I go against them." So that principle position, which people didn't know, because they thought we were also like the other politicians. They thought we were just there looking for this, looking for that, looking for... But now, I think these people are discovering that, these men seem to be the people. What do you call truth in Akaramajong? Truth. Akaramajong, how do you say it? Kusema kweli.
Your Excellency, it's called Ngayoi. Ngayoi.
People of Ngayoi.
Ngayoi.
La.
Ngayoi.
Ngayoi. Nga. Yoi.
Ngayoi.
Huh?
Ngayoi. Ngayoi.
Ngayoi. So I think they are now discovering that these are people of Ngayoi. That's what they are discovering. We oppose the right, we oppose the wrong, support the right. And what we say what we mean, and we mean what we say. This is the problem. That's what they are discovering now. All these people, because And I've been telling them, in the last 65 years, I have no debt with anybody. I've never let down anybody. Instead, I've been let down by so many people. They let me down, they trick me. Okay, if you don't go too far, I leave you to God to deal with you. If you go too far, then I deal with you myself. So this is the journey of the NRM. Yeah. I think that's why people are beginning, like this Karamojong. They were engaged in suicide. It was like self-extermination. And their leaders were supporting them. Oh, we must have guns. Karachuna, I don't know what. These guns are very dangerous. Oh, we must, because, you know, I had arguments. I don't know where people like Purukor. Where is Purukor now? Purukor, what was his other name?
David
Purukor. Yes, they were arguing that you cannot disarm the Karamojong only. You must also disarm the Turkana, disarm the Pokot, disarm the Topoza, disarm the Somalis, disarm the Ethiopians. I'm not here to disarm Africa. I'm just responsible for you people. Bring your guns, and we shall defend you against the external groups. They didn't believe. So I think people are discovering that what they didn't know. They thought we were just also politicians, just. But I think they're discovering now who we are.
Thank you. Thank you, Candidate Museveni. And then possibly I just have two issues to look at. This is the industrialization. Right now, Karamoja is ripe for investment, and indeed it is. We have big industries coming up in all areas. Coast is a potential area for minerals. Now, the biggest issue within is we have a growing population, people who need a lot of water. The industries also need a lot of water, especially these ones that are crushing marble and the limestone. I wonder what plans do you have for the region to have adequate water?
There's a lot of water. There's a dam we want to put here in Matheniko. Something, I've forgotten the name. It would have, I think, 11 billion. 11 billion something. A lot of water there. There's a lot of water. You call it Alele. Is it called Alele in Akaramojong? The water running on the ground. Alele is Ateso.
Your Excellency, it's called Akale.
Akale.
Yes.
There's a lot of that water. The water, it falls, but it runs to Teso. So we can trap it here. Can trap a lot of water. I have not asked the water experts, but I'm sure there's a lot of water that can be trapped. But we can also transfer water from like Bissina and those places up to here. We can also bring that water. We have been able to bring water from the river Kajera to Mbarara. That's about 40 miles. So we can bring this water from, and the terrain is good because if you pump it up to like where it really is, then it will flow by gravity. So what is not a problem? We have a lot of water in Uganda. Here, Karamoja also, there's a lot of that runoff. The English, you know, English is a poor language. they don't have enough water, it's a runoff. But in Runyankore we call it Omtunga. Omtunga. Baganda call it Omkoka. In Ateso they call it Alele. You can hear how they just plan to either to capture this one or bulk transfer with the other one. The water work for Lira town is a place called Kachung, 21 miles away. Kampala now is using water from Katosi. Katosi is in Mukono there. Me, my first plan is Abaru.